In my attempts to understand the relationship between the central ghost number, the outer ghost numbers, and the primary numbers, I've decided to take a different approach, an entirely new approach. I call them fractal primary numbers, and this is the central and outer ghost numbers, 8 cubed. The central is 29, and the outer ghost numbers is 87. Taking the front and back fractal primary numbers of each of the 4 cubes at each face gives the primary numbers and the central ghost numbers. So you take the front and the back of each of these facing cubes, front and back for 5 right here, back and front, back and front, back and front, back and front for 6, back and front, back and front, back and front, back and front for 4, and so on. That gives you the primary numbers. So you input that into a cube. That gives you the outer ghost numbers. Now, taking all the cubes, fractal primary numbers, on all 6 faces of all 4 cubes at each face gives the outer ghost numbers. So that means taking all the numbers around this cube, all the numbers around this cube, all the numbers around this cube, all the numbers around this cube gives you 14. All the numbers around this cube, and this cube gives you 16, so on. You add those numbers together, you get 87, which is 29, 87. 87 checks out here in a fully worked out cube. Sorry. There's something about this. You can easily get the numbers. If you want to have 5 as your chosen outer ghost number or outer primary number, you can pretty much input that into the miniature fractal primary numbers front and back. But if you want to do a whole cube, you have to get the outer ghost numbers. You have to figure out what's best on all these cubes, while satisfying the cube on these faces, on this face, and the cubes on this face, and the cubes on this face, and the cubes on this face. I haven't yet figured that out, but I know that has to be figured out, because you're affecting this face, and this face, and this face, and this face. So if you wanted to select 16 for your primary number to get the outer ghost numbers, you have to figure out, you have to make it for the faces on all these cubes to get all the cube numbers. And but there's an interesting 5, 5, and 6 is 16. 4, 6, and 4 is 14. And 5, 5, and 5 is 15. And you can derive them like that, I guess. That seems like an interesting characteristic of this, I guess. And I haven't even figured this out, but this is a 27 cube fractal primary numbers, and they get larger. These are the primary numbers and central ghost number. I didn't even bother to figure it out because it's so big. But there's you just add 60 together 3 times to get 180. But these are still in primary numbers. These are larger numbers that come from adding up the whole cube on each of the faces, like I did up there. So this is my approach to trying to understand primary numbers better by piecing them apart into fractals. And you can use zeros and ones for small numbers, but when you get up to numbers like 50 or 60 or 100 for the primary numbers, you're going to have to make use of what best fits one face while working with the other face, and